Hey everybody, sorry I was not able to make the meeting this evening, but I did want to take a second and get out my content that I had prepared for you guys and gotten ready for the season that is already underway and tournaments start tomorrow. So here we go. Um, Rules that we do not like to enforce. I really just think back to my career, and there are really three rules that stick out to me that over my career, and I'm sure your career as well, that we just really don't enjoy enforcing. First one, jewelry police. Second one, pitching positions. And third, keeping players and coaches in the dugout during live ball. Now, thank you to our new rules this year, that two of those have now magically gone away. There's now only one of these that we really have to worry about. So hopefully this year we can start off on the right foot and taking care of business about this one. So let's dive in and take a look at this rule. It comes from Rule 3, Section 3, Article 1. It's on page 30 of your rule book, in case you're wondering, and you can get it out and follow along with us. It states a coach, player, substitute, attendant, or other bench personnel shall not, letter A, leave the dugout during a live ball for an unauthorized purpose. An unauthorized purpose could be a plethora of things. They could just run onto the field without any warning. They could come out and be a part of a situation. Those are the things that is covering in there. Now, there's lots of things listed next, but let's jump down to bullet point I because that's the other next one that pertains to what we're talking about. It says be outside the designated dugout or bench or bullpen area if not a batter, runner, on deck batter, a coach in the coach's box, or one of the nine players on defense. That really kind of locks us into just the people that are playing the game. So, in other words, what this part is saying is if you're not playing the game, you got to be in the dugout. That's what Rule 3, Section 3, Article 1 states. Now, let's talk about what happens whenever it doesn't go as planned and players and coaches are outside of the dugout during live ball play. Okay, so here's the penalty for this section. And let me state here, first of all, this depends on severity, like really high severity in order for us to take action on this, the punitive action that comes forward. But let's still just jump into what our penalty is. Anytime that you're going through your protocol, you always need to just acknowledge the behavior first. Just talk to these kids, give them a moment to see if they can correct their action. Hey guys, get in the dugout. Just a simple reminder, do it with a smile, do it kindly, and it really does make a difference. Always acknowledge the behavior. If it is getting just really repetitive and you notice that the coach doesn't care or that it's becoming a problem, then you have the next tool in your tool belt is to give a verbal warning. A verbal warning is just this. You can tell them this is your warning. There's really nothing else happens for this level of penalty just yet, but it's just giving them a warning. The third, if it still continues or you think it is severe enough that you need to go right to this, you can give somebody a written warning. And in high school baseball, in the federation rules, this consists of a bench restriction of a coach in this in this situation, which also means that you get to write an incident report on this. And then fourth, if it is really bad or you've checked off the list of all of these steps so far, your last step is an ejection. And very similar to the written warning, um, this will also need an incident report along with it. Now, let me go on record and say this. For players being outside of the dugout, we do not want to eject people. We do not want to bench restrict coaches. It's just important to know that these are the tools in our tool belt that the rule book states that we have. I'm going to be the first to tell you that I'm going to stay on acknowledged behavior as long as I possibly can stand it. I understand that these are high school kids. I understand that these are high school coaches. They play with a lot of emotion, and a lot of times these kids and players get distracted and get all wrapped up in being a part of the game. And I don't want to ruin that. I don't want to squish the fun that is baseball. But on the other hand, it's also important that we play by the rules. This is about player safety. This is about making sure that everybody is legal and following these rules that are outlined here for us. So my encouragement to you as we go to tackle this rule at the beginning of the year, Stick to step number one, acknowledge the behavior and the correct behavior and correct the behavior. Always talk to them with a smile. Always ask them nicely, hey, can we get over in the dugout? In my umpiring career, there's only been one time where I've been confronted about a coach or by a coach about this rule. And we ended up heading to number two and ended with number three of our, penalty process. But that's only one time in my umpire career. So as we jump into this rule takes consistency across the whole chapter for us to do this. And as I said, the rules that we don't like to enforce, two of them have already gone away. We no longer have to worry about jewelry and making sure that everybody takes it off and finding it and what's the balance of that. Pitching positions, the way the rule is written this year, it's just so much more clear about what they can and what they cannot do. It's going to make our job so much easier. So the last one left is keeping players and coaches in the dugout. So I really just implore you, please start the season off right. Add this to your home plate coaches meeting if you can. Just be consistent with it. If we get this in week one of tournaments, by the time we get to district play, it's going to be the expectation, and we should have no problems. If we kind of diddle-daddle around and we're not consistent with this, this could be a lingering issue all throughout the season. So, again, let's start the year off right, and let's get this one taken care of, and so we all can follow. All can follow along in Rule 3 appropriately. Now, let's talk about the next thing briefly. Umpire culture. This is my first year as a trainer, and I just really have felt so strong that I want to do my part in trying to influence our umpire culture and build it and grow it in a couple of different ways. So here we go. I have the desire to foster a culture of umpires that have the desire to get better, to know that nobody is perfect, that everybody can get better, including me in my career. I know that I can get better and I want to get better. One thing that I've been doing is I've been logging all the Zoom meetings that I have done last season, and I've created a document with various YouTube links for you. This is a copy of what it looks like. I'm also going to email out everybody a copy of this document, and it is also in RefTown. So as new things get talked about and get presented on, I'm going to add it to this document, and you can see a link there. So if you're talking about appeal plays or intentionally hit by pitch, you can come watch this video. There will be some discussion about that. Or maybe it's playoff time and you want to talk about some 3-4-man mechanics. Here's a video down here that you guys can click on. But this is going to be a growing document with just videos that you can go and on your own time and be able to watch. And, back to the umpire culture thing, desire to get better. This year, there are going to be those Zoom rules calls again, starting here pretty soon. And if you get on those, if you listen and be a part of the conversation, you will learn, you will get better. So I hope that this year we can have a little bit larger audience on those and that we can all jump on board and just I want to get better this season. Next, these two kind of go hand in hand. I want to foster a culture where umpires, we have better communication with each other, umpire to umpire to our administrative leaders, our board. And then I just also want to really improve the overall positivity of our umpiring chapter. Studies have shown that if you have a positive experience doing something, you're more likely to do it again. And we need to keep umpires around. We have 8 really solid new umpires this year, and I want all 8 of them to be umpiring 10 years from now. I want them to fall in love with it. And I really do think that we need to be positive and cognizant of our positivity in trying to influence the culture that we have here. So one thing that I'm setting forth out here is an optional game report. This is going to aid in communication with you umpires, to me as a trainer, to us as a board, and just letting us know what's going on. So let me give you a little bit of background. First of all, it is completely optional. I'm going to say I will never make you, we as a board will never make you fill out this game report. But it is here for your for your use should you want to. It's going to be found in RefTown. There's going to be a link in the quick links over on the left-hand side of the page. It's pretty soon going to go. Pay sheet, our mileage rings, and then the next one down is going to be the optional game report. Um, in this game report, you will find that it's either completely anonymous or very detailed. I think there's 6 questions in the report, and you can put as much detail in it or as little detail as you would like. So what this allows you to do is if there's something funky that goes on in your game and you're just generally wanting to know the answer to at some point, you can just put a blanket statement, hey, this happened, next training, can we go over this? You don't have to put any other details other than that, and I'll take it. And hey, that's a discussion topic that we can do. Or you can be as specific as you wanted to. I'm at this high school with this score, with this partner. There was a runner at first base, and this inning and such happened, and I'm confused, or I want to report, just whatever it is. You can be as detailed as you would like to. It is truly up to you. And again, the goal for this is to provide an avenue for umpires to communicate game details in a safe space. Again, this is not going to be blasted out to everybody. This is simply just a way for you to report something to us um, that has happened. And again, it can be as anonymous as you want to, or it can be as detailed as you want to. But again, this is just a way for us to have open lines of communication in a safe space where you don't feel pressured or feel like word's going to get out, or somebody's going to think ill of me or something or anything like that. So I'd encourage you to, after a game, if you have something go on, find this game report, fill it out, and I would love to get that information from you. Which brings me to my last thing. If you ever have any issues, call us. Call Mickey, our president. He's got so much knowledge and so much experience that he can truly guide you in a great way. Call Don. He has been around so much longer than us, and he's got so much wisdom that his years has accrued in him. And I guarantee you, if you have a situation, he's had it as well, and he can tell you the best way to handle it too. Pick up the phone and call us. If you need to get in touch with me, I would love to help you with a rule or help you with a mechanic or something going on the lines. If you have any personnel issues, call our member at large, Carl Queeby. And we all know Kurt. If you have any money talks or are confused about scrimmages, pick up the phone and call us. We want to help you. We want this umpiring experience to be the best that it could possibly be. So please, again, do not be afraid to call us and reach out to us. And I hope you all have a great season. Again, I do apologize for missing our meeting tonight, and I hope I do get to have a game with you very soon. Thank you.